Hey guys, how's it going? So another week, another mobile suit, and this week we got the GM Kai ground type CBTB. The CB stands for something. If you know, let me know in the comments down below. I don't know if that's what this thing is called. I forget what this thing actually is. Oh wait, is that the core booster? That's the core booster, right? I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Okay, so I think it's core booster Thunderbolt. That's probably what it is. Okay, I think I figured it out. There we go. If it's something else, oh right here, literally Corvette booster. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it's Corvette booster. There we go. So, anyway, before we get into that, though, a couple of things. I'm going to do some recap of stuff, and then this weekend, going to have a birthday stream on Saturday. Got that coming up. Going to pretty much stream for the evening and most of the night. For the GBO2 stuff, though, there's an event somebody is doing, and I got a message, so I'll probably join in on that. I think it's some kind of like off-meta kind of silly shenanigans, so we'll be just trying to play random things, have a little fun, do that. Yeah, and then I'll probably do some other games. I just played the finals yesterday, checking that out, so I'll probably be doing that. But anyway, there's the stream plug. But other than that, should be live, though, after this video goes up, and sometime tomorrow as well. But yeah, trying to get back on that stuff and get back to the content creation, because I've been crazy busy. Speaking of which, I need to finish that review video and get that up soonish. Whenever that happens, it'll happen. At this point, I will get it. Sometime. But anyway, we got the GBO2 Zwei to go back and look at, and the S Gundam. Mainly with the S Gundam, if you see the banner for the level 2 come up and you don't have this thing at 600, or you don't have a raid that you're really confident with, this thing might be the #1 raid at 600 now with all of its skills. It's got a shopping list of skills. It's crazy how good this thing is, and then how fast it is and everything else. This thing is, once you get used to down swinging and actually the melee hits with how wide sweeping they are, with the heavy attack and everything else, this thing is a beast. Probably the best raid at 600, unless I'm forgetting one. I'm pretty sure the Bound Dock is 650. I still think that's like one of the best raids in the game, if not the best right now. I think it's 600 or 650, 600. But if it is at 600, the Bound Dock might still be better. Other than that, though, this thing is definitely a contender for top 3, if not the best right now, unless I'm, again, forgetting one at 600. So if the next banner comes up where it has a level 2, you should definitely try for it for the level 1 if you need a good raid. So there you go. Other than that, though, if you're not a raid main and you're a general main, this past week they just had the GBO2 Zwei. The reason why I'm bringing up these two and talking about their next banners when they add a level to it is we're literally, spoilers, getting a VPAX level 2 already. And that was like Christmas. So a couple of months down the road, probably by like April maybe, we might even see a level 2 of the S or the Zwei. So the Zwei, how good was it? The thing is, if it didn't have its mode on the overfeed gun thing, whatever, then it didn't have as much damage output, but it still was pretty good. It wasn't bad damage output, right? It's because it essentially has all these GBO2 weapons, and they all seem to be about the same damage and stuff. I didn't fully check them all, but they're pretty much either the exact same or close to the same. Then you have, like, essentially 4 clubs or whatever, kind of like the Shardija, for a big burst damage that you can throw out. Really cool with that. Then it has the missiles that it has for good stun buildup, seems like, and just decent damage. And yeah, it just has pretty much every weapon all the GBOs have, and it has a triple downswing combo that it can do. So, it's big though. It's like a Zommel, but a general, which, just saying, this is how the Zommel should move. I'm just saying. But anyway, besides that though, this thing, crazy huge, and it has shock dampener only when its ability is activated. Other than that, it can kind of get stun locked, and if it gets stun locked, it can get downswing. And if you downswing it, then yeah, you're kind of in trouble. So so it gets stun locked, it gets downswung, and then there you go. That's it. Like you kind of just take some damage. The thing is, it does have like 36 and like 28, I think, for its resist. So you can definitely pump that up with all the part slots it has, as well as just it having like a 26,000 HP pool by default. This thing is chunky. It has a huge amount of health, again, pretty much like a Zommel, essentially, only a general. So, you know, it has that going for it. The thing is this something that I would recommend, like the S, to go out and spin for? If you don't already have a general that you really like and you need a general, kind of this guy right here, I'm just saying. But there's still some generals that I kind of like. funny enough, one of the generals I do like is the Zeku general that is like level 3 or something at this point. So probably not the best thing to use, but, you know, if I get this thing, I would definitely use it, personally. Other than that, the EXS still, for some reason, doesn't fit with me. There's something with me in that suit that doesn't gel well. Maybe this thing would, because for some reason I do pretty well in the Zommel. But is this something you have to go out of your way to spend 100 tokens for? Probably not. It's not that crazy. It definitely is probably one of the best generals we have now because of just how much chunk and how much frontline it can do with how beefy it is. And the thing is, if you had 3 of these, the health pool is huge, the defense pool is huge, and there's definitely going to be some damage coming from a direction. There are still some really good suits, Toto's Rider, VO, stuff like that you can still go with and do really well. I believe this thing only does have a melee priority 2, so there's that. It's not the end-all be-all general at 650, but it is a good one. So, you know, if you got a few tokens to spare, maybe throw a few at it, maybe you get lucky. But I don't think it's something you need to go out of your way to dump all your tokens into, even though it's definitely my kind of suit that I would love to play. Now, moving on, let's go ahead and talk about this pretty quick. The buffs and nerfs, I'm just going to go through here, and pretty much anything that stands out or is crazy or, you know, hey, try it, or I don't think it does much, is about all I'm going to react here. But Power GM, what in the world is this? The memes of the level 5, like, tackling. I don't have time to edit one in here, but I would put it up on the screen. Just go look it up on Twitter. There's definitely posts where the thing would just, like, tackle in and, like, one-shot something. It's kind of dumb. Like, it is gross how much damage that does. I can't wait to see the numbers at the end of this month. B-Packs, we saw level 2. It got a bit of a buff. It's kind of nice. I mean, yeah. I don't think that's going to change too much what it does, but, you know, every little bit helps. It's not really that far behind, so there you go. Gapfly, kind of nice to see this getting some love. It feels okay now, but it's still kind of just okay. Personally, I like it because I kind of like the main weapon it uses and stuff, and I got used to that, so it feels pretty good now. Nothing too outstanding, though. I just, you know, it's good. The O, kind of cool to see this thing getting buffs. I have not tried it yet, but the fact that it's getting damage control and a few things like that is huge for this suit. So definitely waiting to see these numbers, especially how, look at this damage. That is gross for the level 1. Like, level 1's probably insane now. Level 2, probably still kind of meh. Silver Bullet. I just got destroyed by one yesterday. The damage is obviously really good at level 1. I probably wouldn't recommend it too much at level 2, though. But again, Silver Bullet is also a really good suit. You know, Deku Zwei, or just use Silver Bullet. Does pretty good. I'm just saying. I don't know. Oh, this is all level 2 buffs. Okay. There we go. So it's all level 2 buffs. So level 1's fine. I was like, hey, wait, everything's above average. What? So there you go. Nothing actually hit the level 1 of this. Moon Gundam feels maybe the new best. Maybe the new best 700. Close, for sure. Supports. This thing still, literally, I one-tapped it. I touched it with the GOG yesterday. I just went smack, smack, and it was dead. Literally just 2-hit, not even trying. Feels bad for this thing's health. It needs more, but it has so much firepower. If it has too much defense, generals are just going to cry, which I'm okay with. Like, it could have 5,000 health, and it's still going to get one shot by a raid. Just saying. Jesta. This thing actually is pretty cool now. I think it still needs a little bit more from what I can tell, but in the right direction. And the GM3 powered full armor. I actually kind of forgot about this thing, and then I saw the stagger value accumulation. Now, at first, I was like, the grenade better stun on its own. But then I realized you have its other missiles, and when you combine it together, just like you shoot the grenade and then shoot like one missile and something's stunned. And the combo, I could rotate it around and pretty much have somebody, even if they're like dodge rolling, if I keep hitting them, pretty much perma-stunned. It's kind of crazy, and I could keep like a 3-stun combo going because of what they did between the reduced switching time and stuff like that with the grenades. I'm just saying, looking pretty good. Yeah, I definitely need to play this more. I haven't got to get a game in with it yet, but I think this thing is, with the rotation that I was playing around with, might be an insane support that is now kind of sleeper if you haven't tried it and played around with its combos because of these changes to the stagger accumulation value. Pretty insane. Anyway, now, I know we're already 10 minutes in. The main thing with this suit is it's a raid that wants to shoot that has melee stats. It's a little weird. So the thing that got me was it has these missiles over here on the side. I'll go and play the video. They have it does a volley kind of like the boombox or even the Stark Jigen prototype support that has the 4 big missiles on top. So there we go. It's got a 5-round burst rifle. There's its missile shooting. I don't think it actually shows the big missiles. There's the missiles. You can kind of aim them. And then, there we go. There's all 4. So you saw them. Boom, 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 boom. And the thing is, they do a ton of damage. 1,300 base. So to a raid or a support, you're chunking them. On a practice round, you're doing about half health on supports. So I didn't know that. I thought it was just 1 missile. So I'm like, at best, you're only getting about 1,000 damage to 2,000 damage on a support, depending on what weapon you use. With your normal melee combo, you don't have enough damage to finish something. Then I saw that. And from chat, I heard that the switching time is insane. So mainly, you can fly into something, ram it, and here's the big difference. It's kind of like a mobile armor mode without the transform animation. So you don't have to like transform and then start flying. You just, I'm going. And then when you're ready to stop, you touchpad and you just stop. And you can go to the ground, switch your melee and swing. You just be like flying through the air, stop, swing. Like if you switch fast enough and everything, it's super smooth. You can like ram somebody, stop, because you know, you kind of hang on to them sometimes. And that's exactly what you want. Ram into them, kind of hang on to them, stop it, switch to your melee, boom, and then swing. So you go from 1 stun to a melee stun. Especially if it's support, they can't do anything. And then you go to a downswing, then you back up, and then you, boom, swing. Now, on your approach, you can do the missiles for the stun. You have all your weapon options that you normally have. The only thing that's disabled is the melee weapon while you're flying. But again, you don't really have to worry about that because as soon as you ram somebody, you turn it off, swap to your melee, and just start going ham on them. And at that point, on the approach, with the big 4 missiles, you can pretty much half health of support on the approach. And then you just finish them off with the melee. Again, when you're flying like that, it's just like a mobile armor. I believe, I think it has shock dampeners. I mean, right here, all ranged weapons can be used. I'll boost it in speed, disabling close combat ability. It should have stun prevent. I mean, you got maneuver armor, so I'm pretty sure that's taking effect there. At the very least, is how this is working. So essentially, I'm pretty sure. Now, if you somehow are getting just stunned out of the air by like Dom Barrage's, you know, like chest beam, then let me know. But you should be able to just fly at a support. Don't worry about what they got, because this thing also has damage control, and you also have maneuver armor 2, giving you that reduced stun capacity. Damage control 1, by the way. So, kind of hard to stun out of the air. It is a huge target, though, so generals and raids getting on you, they're going to be able to bully you very easily. And this thing doesn't have a dodge roll, so a support that can bully you because you're such a wide target, even a Dom Barrage, as soon as you stop boosting, I'm going to stun you with my chest beam, then I'm going to follow up with my volley of missiles. This thing does have an okay amount of health, though. I believe it was 18,000. I could go back and look real quick if I can find the screenshots. But I believe it's 18,000, 18, 18, and 15 for the defenses. So it is pretty low on defense. You're going to want to try to put some kind of defensive parts on this, most likely. Maybe get that range damage up a little bit. It has only a 10 modifier to range, 30 to melee. But speed and stuff is just fine. It's a Scooty suit. It does have the kind of like GBO2 downswing where you lunge. And yeah, it's, for the most part, that's it. Again, the 5-round burst for its main rifle, 50 rounds in that. Pretty good damage. So if you're shooting from range on a support, 350 range to even 400. You can also animation cancel the missiles so that you only use 1 instead of all 4 if you want to use it like a bazooka, kind of like the boombox, or again, the Stark Jigen prototype. Other than that, though, skills, other than that skill right here and what it says there where it gives the flight ability and stuff, is kind of pretty lacking. It doesn't have, again, a dodge roll or anything. You do have balancer, and you do have a melee combo controller, a maneuver armor 2, force injector, and other stuff that you would expect. Damage control 1, I already mentioned that. And that's about it. 10, 10, and 8, so you can't get much range damage out of it, but you can definitely put some defense parts on it to kind of compensate for being a raid and being so big of a target. The other thing it doesn't have is a buffer. That CB is not a buffer at all, so you're taking full damage, which kind of sucks. I feel like what's going to happen is this suit's going to get bullied so hard, and they're going to put that as a like level 3 buffer at some point, and that's going to be it. But until then, yeah, I feel like this thing's just going to get bullied out of the sky and then just deleted by the time it hits the ground, because if you're flying around, yeah, we've seen the flight test type being a big target, or even, you know, some raids that are flying raids, especially at higher cost. If you get shot out of the sky, it can be very detrimental to your existence for 2 seconds. So, probably pretty easy to kill this thing. I haven't seen one in the wild yet. That's kind of the telling thing so far. I don't know if it's just not popular, or people look at it and like, ew, this is kind of yikes. But yeah, hopefully I get a game today, so I'll be streaming this sometime today. Check out that. Hopefully we see one in the wild and I get to bully it, even as a support, hopefully. There is a half off spin, so I did the half off, got nothing, but you know, half off spins are nice. If you want to at least try it, I definitely went for the half off because I normally do those most of the time. I definitely need to build up my tokens though. Then we got the P-Packs. Level 2 is added. I think it's okay. Level 2, it's going to get just ass kicked. It's going to get destroyed. This thing is not a 700 suit. Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. But as far as something big like the Kshatriya and stuff, bigger suits though, it can kind of catch it. Maybe this thing fights the Zwei really well, right? Maybe that's one of the downsides if you try to do the Zwei. You just get destroyed by its little dome thing or whatever, the cage. White Rider got added to the ticket shop, and then we have the Methus Kai level 1 and 2 and the Gelgu G added to the DP store. Nothing too crazy with those. White Rider did get buffed, so even the level 2 feels pretty nice. If you want to pick that up, that's pretty cool. Other than that though, Methus Kai still feels needs some help, but yeah. Anyway, this video is getting long enough. I'm going to just leave it there. We got clan ranked stuff coming up, I think, this weekend. When's the next late night one? I'll at least look at that because I'm curious. Literally this weekend. Crap. Well, might have some clan ranked on my birthday stream. We'll see. But anyway, guys, that'll be it for this one. Let me know in the comments what you thought about anything. Did you try the S? Did you try the Zwei? Sorry I didn't get the videos out for that. And what do you think of the buffs and nerfs? And did you get this suit? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's mediocre? Do you think it's bad? I'm guessing it's going to be more to the mediocre to bad side personally, just because there's no buffer on it, and if you get knocked out of the sky, you're kind of done. Now, your ability to kill a support was my biggest concern, and that's why I was pretty much marking this off as a bad suit. But again, now that I know the missiles do that huge amount of damage, you can definitely destroy a support in one combo on the approach, which is really nice. I mean, it just might be like the kamikaze raid, essentially. That's kind of what it's looking like. It's pretty easy to destroy, pretty easy to knock down because it's so big, but you just fly in, blow your load, swing a couple of times, destroy that support, and then just get completely bodied by everybody on the enemy team. That might be it. But anyway, let me know in the comments below what your thoughts on any of this and everything. Usual stuff in the description: Twitch, Twitter, Discord, TikTok, and Instagram. But anyway, guys, that'll be it for this one. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Peace!